have you there and also have you here. For each and every one of us here, good to see you, Mr. Daniel. Good to see you, Mr. Philip. Good to see you, Mr. Jeff. I'm the one telling you today. You're the one telling me. Good to see you, Sugar. Good to see you, Jacinta. Good to see you, Wizzy. Good to see you, everyone. And of course, you that's online. Good to see you. We're about to have another great training today. And today we'll be talking on the topic success secret for realtors. Yes, there is a secret to get very successful in this game of real estate. And you'll be learning a lot on that today. Audi Global, we are a real estate marketing and development company, and we are Radiant certified. That is, we are certified by the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. Yes, so you can trust us on all your real estate deals. Without further ado, before we go into the culture of the day, which is our funds, I'd like to let you know that we have a platform for realtors. So if you want to start, grow, or build your real estate career, we have Browdy Global's Realtors Group. It's a place for you to do the most with your real estate journey. With that being said, let's get to the business of the day. Before I go on, how many of you are happy to be here? You're happy to be here. Am I speaking too much English? Should I calm down? Are we together? Are we together? It's good to see you. All right. So, like my boss would always say, our words are created by our words. So, right about now, I want you to calm down. Believe what you're about to say. Don't just see it as another affirmation. Don't just see them. Believe that your words create your worlds. But that by the words of his mouth, he created the whole world. So what we're about to say, myself for one, I say it every morning. This particular one, I say it very early in the hours of today, and I believe a lot in them. So what I want to do is not just another speech. It's something I want you to say from the depths of your heart. Is calm down. Let go of everything you're doing. Relax. Drop your phones. Feel your fingers. Feel your fingers. Drop your phone. Relax. Taking a deep breath. Taking a deep breath. In and out. Now, I want to make sure that those online are with us as well. If you can hear me, type 1. If you can see me, type 2. And also hashtag live and the location where you're watching from. So be focused. Try not to distract yourself and be here with us. Are we together? All right, a deep breath in again and a deep breath out. I am the best at what I do. I create exceptional results. I have the skills, knowledge, drive, and ambition to achieve my goals. I persist until I succeed. I execute. I am proactive. Impossibility does not exist. I am not afraid to ask for help and seek for it. Success begins with my mindset. Today and always, I will strive for excellence. I am surrounded by smart, capable individuals. Today is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become of myself. I am grateful for my job, business, work, family, friends, colleagues, and new experiences. Yes, I can do great things. We'll take that line again. Yes, I can do great things. May not be easy, but it will be worth it. I give 100% to my goals. Again, I give 100% to my goals. Again, I give 100% to my goals. See the big picture. I am Roy Moore. Putting your own name there. Again, I am Roy Moore. Nothing is too big for my mind. Again, nothing is too big for my mind. Nothing dies in my hands. Nothing dies in my hand. Nothing dies in my hand. Put your hands together for yourselves. Put your hands together for yourself. Did you believe that as much as I believe? But I believed it very, very, very well. On that note, I believe our hearts are ready and we are ready to actually become the best of ourselves. Without further ado, we'll be welcoming our very own boss and mentor, the one who I'm jumping like it's jumping. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the phenomenal Jeff Anozie. Please welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Roy. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning! Energy. You can't make money without energy, you know, right? Okay, it's good to see you all. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, mom. Good to see you, Dan. Good to see you, Phil. Good to see you, Frank. Please, what's your name? Jennifer. Okay, you're Jennifer. Okay, what's your name? Huh? Divine. It's good to see you, sir. Good to see you, Chief Dan. Dan, you come and teach us one day. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. For those online, please, if you can hear me clearly, type 1 in the comment section. If you can see me, type 2 in the comment section. I appreciate you all for being here today. We're going to have a great time. I can assure you of that. Like I always say, much more than having notes, right? Please take action. Like, write your action plans, okay? Because the truth is, success is reserved for action takers only. I mean, you can have all the notes in the world, but not take action. And at the end of the day, nothing happened, right? So, good morning again. I'm going to start with something that just popped into my mind while I was sitting down there. While we're going to be discussing success secrets for. We added new realtors so that accommodate those that are new, so that they don't feel like what we're going to be talking about is above their heads, right? So, but generally, success secrets for realtors, and you know, the truth about the matter is that sometimes mastery comes, not sometimes, mastery comes through repetition, right? Repetition. When you hear something over and over and over again, especially from people that have practiced it. So I have a bad habit. I hardly listen to people that do not implement what they say. Hardly, right? And that's why you can't teach me to be rich when your shoes like this. Go hardly listen to you, right? Or you can't teach me to do business when I can't see a business you are doing. You're not a motivational speaker. If you want to teach me how to do motivational speaking, I will listen to you. What you're not doing a business I can see, right? You're just going from place to place teaching about business. I really will not listen to you. That's a bad habit I have, and I don't know. God will help me, right? So what we're going to be talking about the cuts across everybody, new, old, everybody in between. But before we do that, I want to just be sure everybody can hear me and see me online. I can't see any chats. Are they hearing me? The stuff is hanging, right? I think it's off. Okay, good. It's on, back on. Okay. If you can hear me, type 1 in the comment section. Okay, good. It's on, back on. Okay. Sound is good. If you can see my screen, type 2 in the comment section. I want to be sure that we're all following. What's wrong with the screen? So, before we go into the business of the day, which is success secrets for new realtors, secrets. Let me just say for realtors, so it doesn't. Success secrets for realtors. We just concluded a series. We didn't conclude it, but we just, we took a break on that series. Where are the new markers now? I can't see them. These are old markers. Okay. Cool. For realtors. All right. So we just wrapped up a series, a 5-week series, where we talked about what critical factors that affect your sale as a realtor. It was a very impactful series. How many of us listened to any of them, attended any of them? Okay, the replays are all online on our YouTube channel, so you can always go there and watch. My guys will drop the link to the YouTube channel in the comments for those that are online, so you can just go there and take a look, right? Today we'll just talk briefly on this. Before we go on, I'll just say that by next month, we're going on a break, training break. And we need to, refresh and recap. This mid-year, right? We need to in-house build ourselves again, fortify. Bet you have left the men and women of God. You know what I'm talking about? So we need to go refresh, before we come back again for the second lap of the year. And the end is supposed to be greater than the beginning thereof. So everything we've accomplished in the first half is like it's going to be like a child's play compared to the rest. And I expect that for everybody here. How many of us attended the vision board in January? That you were not there. Yeah. None of you guys here were there. Just these people. I wanted to ask you how your vision board is going so far. But it's fine. We'll do a review vision board maybe. I don't know. Depends on how time permits. But the thing I want we've not begun. While I was sitting down there, it dropped in my mind. One of the reasons a lot of people don't make progress in life is because they're not grateful for where they are. Grateful for where they are. Yeah. So there are two things here. There is contentment and there is comfort zone. There are two different things, right? As much as I don't subscribe to staying in your comfort zone, for me, every achievement shows that there can be more. All right? Please help me silence your phones, everybody. Every achievement just shows to me that there can be more. If you make ₦1 million today, it simply means that you can do 10 million tomorrow, right? What you have done in making $1 million is to build capacity for $1 million. So what that means is that you can as well, double down on the thing you have done to do 1 million to do 10, right? So you can't say, oh, I've done $1 million today, and then, oh, the world has ended on my table. Do you understand? So as much as you are contented and happy and grateful, because the word is gratitude, the truth is everything you get, is actually grace, actually. So your duty is to plant and water. God brings the increase. That's the fact. Whatever you believe as God, Chi, Amadioha, Ogun. Oh, for real, like whatever you believe as God, it is. Some people call the universe. Some people say the higher power. Whatever it is you believe, there is a higher power. That's the point I'm trying to make, right? And so your effort stops at your effort. You're human, right? It's just like a sale. The best you can do is to bring a client for inspection. Ogola. Otilo. Yes, you can't force the client to remove the money and pay for the land. You can't go and chuck your hand in the account and remove, guy, you must pay. No, it doesn't work like that. So the best you can do is to bring client for inspection and, of course, project the benefits of what he's going to gain when he buys. Every sale, in my opinion, comes from above. And so what happens is, because there is a limit to your capacity as humans, that you're even at the level you are today, this level you are today is somebody's prayer point. Believe it or not. There was a time I prayed to pass JAM. I wrote JAM 3 times. The first 2 times, not like I didn't pass. After a hot head, I had to like 53 then. The year I first wrote JAM was the year UTME came out, I think. Maybe the next year. I wrote JAM in 2003. I graduated 2003. I'm not a small boy, right? Secondary school. Yeah, so I entered university like 2006, 2007, 2006. Futu, and I read 5 years, right? Futu is 5 years. So 2011, 2010 ending, I graduated. 2011, I graduated. Yeah, so I was home for 3 years. I remember that period. But to pass JAM, like, let me pass the entire university like Miami was my prayer point. How many of you had that prayer point at a point? Do you get it? Are you understanding it? At a point, go for service. Oh, let me just go for service. Me, I actually pushed my service. Like, I was so sure of service. I actually get brain small. I studied math in school, and I think I have some sense. Amen. I wasn't really bothered about service. I even deferred my service because I wanted to go to Ghana for a program. So I went to Ghana, came back before I went for my service. The first time they posted me to Katina, when I came back, they now posted me to Kogi. Right? Point is that at every stage of your life or your existence, please push that chair backwards so that you can sit. Beautiful. There's something to be grateful for. I was trying to say most people are not productive because they're not going past where they are because they're not even grateful for that point they are. Here's what happens when you're not grateful. When you're not grateful, your productivity reduces. Why? Because you're thinking about the things you don't have or the things you want to have. And in thinking about those things, worry comes in. That's a fact. And your brain does not function when you're worried. So you see that your brain is performing at a very low capacity when you're worried. And it goes into, you now start going into things like depression, things like sadness. The reason is simple. You're not grateful for where you are. Simple. Now, how do you change that? I learned this in 2015. In 2015, I got a job in Enugu 2013. Just after NYC, I came to Enugu, got a job. And I remember then I resigned from my job after like 1 year, 6 months. And for a fresh graduate then, I had like 135K salary. And I had a car. They gave me a brand new Tieroba Hilux, as some people call it. And some other, and monthly allowances and all that. You know, how much, I want to use the money. Like, how much, money was just there, And after a while, I didn't like the job, and so I resigned after like 6 months. And everybody thought I was possessed. Yeah. My dad didn't talk to me for 6 months because it felt like, all the car, it changed like your brain. And all of that, right? So, and I didn't get a good job for a while. They even kicked me out of my house on Green Road. I show my wife that place almost all the time when I pass there. This place, they threw my things come out, like rain beat my things overnight. I slept on my mattress under the rain. That kind of thing, So that period, something started happening to my brain. Like, how you're just fed up of many things. There's no cash flow. And a lot of people are in that position, or we're in that position. There's no cash flow. You can't afford little things you want to buy. Then was around the time I stumbled on this Secret, the video training called The Secret by Rhonda Bryan. Yeah, The Secret. Yeah, The Secret. That was around the time I stumbled on it. And for the next 6 months or 3 months plus, I didn't watch any other thing than that stuff. If you're playing it now, I can literally recite some of the things they'll be saying. Jack Canfield, all of them. I can literally try to recite some of the things they said. Is that period I understood the power of gratitude. Is that period I understood that normally, by default, the way our brain functions is just to survive. We're not built for success. Yes, we're just built to survive, to just don't die. Do you get? That's how your brain is built. That's why if fire is catching, the way you jump this thing, you will not even believe you're the one. Your brain came to action at that point. That's how your brain was built. Because back in the time we were, cave humans now, right? We used to stay in the wild. So it's either you stay in colonies or you die, right? Either you can kill bear or bear kill you. There will be a killing. One of them must happen, So that's how our brain was formed. So long story short, one of the ways to stay on top of your brain, of your game, and be active. Some people ask me things like, you don't look like things get to you. And that's because it's just training. It doesn't mean that there's some things that have survived. I'm sure so many people here cannot survive it. If it hits you like this, you go just back, go your village. Right? But because I understand that so the problem is not usually the problem. The problem is your reaction to the problem. And your reaction to the problem comes from you actively, even before the problem arises, build your brain to withstand that problem. Make sense? That's why they say build your well before you're thirsty. You don't prepare for war on the war field, right? You prepare for war before the war field. And one of the trainings you must do for yourself is to find ways to get your brain to optimal at every point in time, because you can't get out of a problem when your brain is actually worried. This goes also for making money. Yeah. You can't be worried about money and make money. It doesn't work like that. Money runs away from worry. That's why the Bible said, who are these that are like birds? They fly away. Like you're coming after it is running away. That's why people chase money all their lives and not end up making money. Yeah. So one of the ways to put your brain at optimal is gratitude. And how do you build gratitude? Every morning, especially when you feel like things are not working for you, the best thing you should do, practice journaling. Sorry, this is not part of our teaching, but I just felt to help you. Are you blessed? I feel like a pastor right now. You know what I'm talking about? We should bring out your offering basket. Please, if you're following online, let me know you're following online. I can't still see any chat. What's up? Please, let's know that you've joined us online. Just type #live in the comment section and let us know where you're joining us from. Okay? Journaling. What do you do? What is journaling? So at the end of the day, or in the beginning of the day, or at any point in the day when you feel like that feeling has come, just write down 10 things that you're grateful for. 10 things, at least. It can be more. You can write as many as possible until you start feeling good. That's it. It was during that, this is in that video, that this secret, I learned that feelings are not good leaders. They're not good leaders. Your feeling, you can control your feeling. He gave us the power to will and to do. There's power to will. So at every point in time, that's why I draw inspiration a lot from the Bible. So when I say Bible, please understand with me, right? This is not a preaching, but I draw inspiration a lot from the Bible. And that's why in the Bible, the Bible said that today I give you life and death, blessings and cursing. Choose. So the power to choose your feeling per time is in your hand. But a lot of people don't know. I don't feel happy today. I don't feel, even the best of the best feel like that too sometimes. But you don't see it. Why? Because they know that energy does not help them. No, it doesn't help you. You can't stay there and say, oh, I'm feeling this today, and you stay there. Remember, the problem is not the problem. The problem is not the feeling. The problem is your reaction to the feeling per time. And so what defines success and failures is their reaction to circumstances. The rain falls on everybody, the poor, the old, everybody. But some people use it to plant and make money. Some people use it to go and sleep and complain. So that is the reaction. It's not really the issue. Economy. Not be all of us in Nigeria. Do you understand? And you know, what they call depression, or what they call it, what they call this financial term that they use a lot whenever they want to steal money. Not inflation. What was this word that they used to say? The economic recession. Recession. Do you know that what they call recession is simply money changing hands? Finish. Money does not disappear. And you see what recession, inflation, all those things, it has come to stay. So long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, there will always be planting season where you don't eat, and there will always be harvesting season, so long as the earth remains. So it's just for you to understand what season you are per time and maximize it. Finish. Do you understand? Then, lastly, one of the things I also learned within that period, that was like the deepest point of my life, right? Was there are things you can control. There are things you cannot control. Wisdom is the ability to know different. So that you don't focus and attention on the things you cannot control. Let me break a table. I know a lot of them are not here. You see all those people that used to sit down around newspaper vendor and argue about headlines. Whenever I pass those people, something comes to my mind. You're arguing about things that you cannot control. They passed National Assembly, what they call it? They changed our anthem. And you're there saying, shouting and arguing, oh God, don't tell me that thing. This anthem is better than the last one. Oh, you don't tell me that thing. That one is better than this new one. In fact, this is the 2 hours, you're still there. And you go home and your children ask you, that they are hungry. You say, this economy, if you know this economy, when see what you're focused on, you cannot even control it. If you can't, then go and change it. It's simple. Make money. Amen? I hope this made sense. I thought you just add it here while we go on with our training for today. Gratitude is important. It's important that even while you aspire for more, you ought to be grateful for where you are. That's a fact. You have to be. It doesn't only keep you calm and collected, it also increases your productivity. You can't be productive when you're worried and bothered. You cannot be. No, you cannot. And the only way, in my opinion, to change your worry and bother is to simply list out the things you're grateful for. Number one, you're healthy. You're not in the hospital. That's like you're even alive, you can breathe. Somebody said now that oxygen is cheaper than pepper. I saw it somewhere recently, and that thing made me laugh. At least you can breathe every morning. You can just, and buy an Android phone. Something to be grateful for. Is that like little things like that? I'm not saying this list now should be, oh, I bought a G-Wagon. I bought it. Those ones will come, right? Like recently, I was in a conversation and somebody was talking about boss that, have I noticed that? Somebody was saying something like, have you noticed that bosses now, they used to, and every other thing he said after then, I didn't even understand it again because I've not entered a boss in a long time. But I remember when 2018, I was trying to talk to, so then I used to do this consulting. So when clients call me, I need to be in a peaceful place while I receive their calls. So whenever I'm on transit, I used to live in Monarch. I've moved to Maryland at the time. I used to live somewhere in Maryland. So I used to go from Maryland to New Haven, to my friend's office, to use his office. And so I have to enter a bus now, right? So I remember at ESBS, whenever I'm at ESBS side, you know how they used to shout there now. Newlia, and client call me that time, I will never answer. Yes, now, because one, I can't even hear what you're saying. Two, I'm about to bill you. And in the background, when I tell you 500K, you'll be like, this guy will enter. So that thought came to my mind when that guy was talking about the boss, because sincerely, in a long time, I've not entered the boss. So for someone like me now, that's something to be grateful for. At least I have a car to move around anytime I want and anywhere. Just simple things. And as you progress, right, there's always something there to be grateful for. So I hope that we apply this to our, remember, I said action plans, right? So your first action plan is every morning or every time you feel down, just write out like 10 things that you're grateful for. That you even have transport fare to come here. You can even dress and look really good. That's something to be grateful for, right? That you can nod your head because you can hear me. Yes, things like that. And check how your mood will just change. And once your mood changes, your brain starts performing optimally. You can now start seeing solutions in things that prior to that time, you didn't even see a solution there. All right? Thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. So let's go into the business of the day. Are we ready? All right. So we're going to be talking about something that I think is critical. There are three critical parts of our real estate business. Remember that at the core of real estate is marketing, right? There are a lot of lands to sell, there are a lot of buildings to sell. I mean, if you go around town, you see a lot of things. But the problem is who will sell it. In the real estate business, the seller is one of the most valuable people there because that the developer has finished building and is lying down there for 5 months. It's not of benefit to him. His goal is what? Profit, to sell off and get his money. All right. And that's why you and I are the most valuable players in the value chain. So selling is the highest skill. In fact, in the world, selling is the most paid skill because there is no cap to your earning. Does it make sense? There is no limit. Sell a billionaire. I remember my mentor, Daddy Cash, telling us that when he was 28, he sold a property of 100 million. His commission was 1 million US dollars. I'm not talking of naira. Yes. If you go to his page, it's there. In his bio, it is written there. At the age of 28, I made my first 1 million US dollar. Yeah. That was his commission. It was a property on Banana Island at the time. And some other things. I've forgotten the whole gist, but his commission at the time was $1 million, not naira. So if you calculate it then at 300, even if you calculate it at 250 naira per dollar, that's like 250. Million when they breathe. That money is a living thing. It cannot tell me otherwise. So selling is the most paid skill in the world. So when people tell me things like, I don't know how to sell, first of all, you're lying. That you're telling me you don't know how to sell, you are selling an idea to me. Yeah. You're trying to sell to me a belief that should believe you don't know how to sell. That is sales already. All right? It's marketing already, right? So selling is the highest paid skill in the world. Now, everything I'm going to be teaching you right here, right now, can be applied to any other industry. So pay rapt attention, and the lesson I'm sure will be valuable to you. There are three aspects or three components of sales. There is prospecting or lead generation. I'm just writing this at the side because I want us to remember it later. There is follow-ups, and there is what? Closing. Am I boring? I'm not sure I like all this marker. There's closing. So we're going to talk a bit on closing right now. I'm not sure we talk a lot around this. I'll talk a bit about this. Then maybe we'll touch follow-ups and probably lead generation. But amongst the three, I will tell you for free, the most important component here is what? Lead generation. It's the most important. Why? Who knows why? Because of the law of averages. The more people, no matter how bad you are in sales, the more people you can reach per time, increase your chances of the number of sales you will close, even a novice. The law of averages will play in. One of them will just enter. Do you understand? Among all of us here now, you bring an iPhone to sell. One of us may just pick interest. Now, imagine if there are more people. You see that your chances has increased. The law of averages. That's the summary of the law of averages, right? That's why lead generation is, and that's why I usually recommend to new realtors that for your first 1 year, focus on lead generation. What are leads? Leads are potential clients, potential buyers. These are people that potentially can buy what you are selling. Generation, what does it mean? You generate them, right? To let them know that you exist, right? And you have to so and so for them to buy. Make sense? So if we only focus on this, no matter how bad you are in any other thing, and that does not mean that you should keep being bad. It means that I'm trying to say you should keep improving on every other front, right? But if you just focus on these, the chances of you selling is higher. And as you grow, you already have enough contacts within your ecosystem that as you get better, and you start closing more better. So I've used close a lot, have you? So let's talk about closing today. So what does closing mean? This, in my opinion, makes you the higher amount of money with less stress. But the problem is that it's the most skilled part of the whole selling. Like you have to be skilled, to be able to close easily. So at the stage I am now, haven't done real estate for the last 3.5 years. I think I'm better now at closing. There's a very low chance that is raw. What does the meaning of raw? So it's actually supposed to be ready, willing, and able. But it had to flow, right? You can't say RWA. You need to make it sound nice. So that's why I turned the W and so long as this client is ready, willing, and able, which I will explain in a moment. I will explain what it means. You must buy. If you meet me, you go buy. Except you're not, Uju is nodding. You know what I'm talking about, right? Good. You go buy. Except you don't have the money. Once that money in your account, you come to my office, you go buy. The money will drop. Legally, morally, you go even thank me for paying me. Oh, what are you saying? Let me tell you guys something. Please have this in your mind. As a realtor, you're doing the client a favor. I'll say it again. You are doing the client what? What favor are you doing the client? 3 things. Wise is, what does wise mean? Safe. You're helping the client not to lose his money. I said as a realtor, especially those here now, not, those ones, not those ones. Not be me say, oh. As an educated, let me use the word agent, because abroad, we are considered agents, right? Everybody's an agent, actually. An educated person that works on yourself and improves yourself and understand the real estate business as per property law, okay? Understand movement of development per time wherever you are selling. Once you qualify in all these things, you are doing the client a favor. Otherwise, he will lose his money. 80% of clients I've met have lost money one time or the other. When they meet me, they say, oh, finally, there's someone that can help me. Is that not me helping? Of course, I'm not going to come to you and say, oh, I'm doing you a favor, you better buy. No, I won't do that. I mean, there are other people he could have bought from, so I'm grateful that he came to me. But as much as I am grateful, I am not at your mercy. Oh, yeah. If you don't buy, someone else will. And that's why I'd like to tell realtors to learn this lead generation. Clients will not do you guy. No, they won't. Some clients, if I tell them that, okay, all the properties I have now is not for you, I'll tell you straight. Go and look for someone else that can buy it. Simple. I remember one guy came here recently. I was telling about something. I told him that, I'm not sure I want to sell to you because your desire is not what I provide. Simple. And the guy shook my hand and thanked me and walked away. Yeah, that's because first, I understand what my position in the business, and I'm not desperate for a sale. Yes, as much as I'm grateful for the ones I have, but I'm not desperate for a sale because I know that buy. Let's think go buy. People buy real estate every day. You know what's every day? Every damn day. So what is my duty? My duty is to position myself so that they can find me. Number one. Number two is what? I can be their preferred option. That should be your duty too. That's why you're learning and improving. You build confidence as you sell, and then you learn more, right? Closing. So please, I said this so that you can elevate your mindset around this thing. So you don't sound desperate. And desperation shows. When you're desperate, clients sees it actually. They see it. Okay? Closing. Closing basically is the act of collecting money. Jeff Anozier's definition. Collecting money is closing. Every other thing you do is marketing. Excuse me. So that's why some people like to differentiate marketing and sales. In definitions, people differentiate marketing and sales. Marketing is everything you do to create awareness. Sales is everything you do to convert the client. So somebody knows that you sell something does not mean that the person will buy from you. So selling is when money is exchanged, and selling is the lifeline of every business. Many people do adverts and promotions, but they don't know how to sell. The advantage I have as a realtor is that I learned direct response marketing. And that's what I teach my people. And that's part of what I'll teach you right now in sales, in closing. Direct response marketing. And there's a difference between awareness. Oh, CEO, this thing is existing in case, so anytime you like, come. Right? And there is direct response. Guy, I know you want this. Come and buy it. It is here now. What can I do for you to buy today? That's direct response. Right? And that is how we can build a business around real estate. Even as, I mean, some people don't believe that you can sell real estate every week. But this is how we build here. This is how we run this place. It's commission. Right? First year save was my commission. Now, of course, my guys are strong. So their commission, our commission, everybody's commission. We're running this place. Okay? Closing. So closing, like I said, is what? Who remembers? Act of, I like money. Who doesn't like money? Collecting money from the client. Yeah. Legally and morally. Let me add that part. Legally and morally. Okay? There are 3 steps. There are 3 parts of closing. Closing begins from the first part, which is pre-sale. So this class was inspired by a video I watched from my friend, Barrister Raymond, yesterday, where he was teaching his staff, his colleagues, about closing. And something sparked in my head, and I thought, okay, let me just bring it up to your notice again. So, Barrister Ray, thank you so much for that inspiration. The first part is the pre-sale. Pre-sale. Now, this is passive marketing. So, please ask me questions if you don't understand. I'll be happy to answer you. And please, I'll just run through this class. It won't be a very long class. I'll try for it not to be. But I hope it will be impactful. I hope you will get something you can implement today. Pre-sale. Now, the pre-sale is everything you do before the client contacts you. That's where closing actually starts from. So here, you do things like a perceived value. Perceived value. Okay? Perceived value. How do you build a perceived value? How do you build a perceived value? Now, in my opinion, is what some people call marketing. This is where you project yourself as, hello, I am here, I sell real estate, right? And number 2, much more than selling real estate, I am actually good and I can help you, I can serve you better than every other person that is selling real estate. All right. I remember then one of the first things that my people told me, my big friends and colleagues, was that, don't go into real estate too. It's a saturated market. How many of you believe it's a saturated market? It actually is. Because the reason it's saturated is because there is no barrier to entry. You can just wake up in the morning now and say, I'm an agent. Otilo, you don't be agent with that. That's all. You start posting. If you escort somebody for inspection, you don't turn agent with that. How many of you have experienced it? Somebody sent somebody to you, the person starts demanding commission. You don't turn agent now. Some landlords these days, their brother that doesn't know anything about rent, the property, then they give an agency. So you see that barrier to entry is very low. So everybody can just wake up. And some people, if they look for job 4 times, they don't get. What's the next thing? Right? Now, how does that concern you? How that concerns you is that you need to stand out, right? And this is where your perceived value comes. I remember then they told me that the market is saturated, blah, blah, blah. But I kind of understood these things to a large extent. Like I said, I'm a direct response marketer. So I know how to first catch attention. I may not have a lot of followers, but I can almost bet you that I make money than some people that have a lot of followers. Why? Because I am not a vanity metrics kind of person. My people will tell you here that like, comment, no, they consign me. Is alert. That's it. Now, alert, they consign me. Like, comment, nothing consign me. If I train you, and the first thing you tell me that, oh, they're not watching my videos, and I go and look at your video, you just did 5 videos, no matter how gang. How many of you watched our webinar a few days ago? Yeah, you watched the webinar, right? You saw gang things, camera, they. After you do all those things, you know, make money. Eh? For me, to me, all those things are useless. Yeah. I mean, after that webinar, we closed a lot of sales, of course. I mean, it's Jeff Hanover. You know what I'm talking about? However, it didn't just happen. I focus on the valuable metrics. Many people are hyped by vanity metrics, like and comment. Those things are vanity. They don't translate to Naira and Kobo. Guess what? There's a chance that the people that are even liking and commenting that you're happy about, that you're progressing, are people that cannot even afford your land. Some of them don't even comment and like. They'll just send you message. Some of them will not even call you. They'll just send their brother. It's during documentation. You now hear that there's one other person. The main money bag. Do you understand? So there are vanity metrics. And I mean, so perceived value, right? How do you build a perceived value? There are 2 ways. I mean, it's something called projection, otherwise branding. I didn't want to use the word branding so that it doesn't confuse your mind. Many people, when they hear branding, they will think about logo, website, color, and all those things. For me, all those things, especially as a direct response marketer, they're not very important in the beginning. No, they are not. Some people will tell you that, oh, for people to buy from you, you must have an office, you must package, you must. I remember at the airport recently, I was coming back from Lagos and I met one guy in Enugu here. He knows me. I didn't know him, but he knew me. I think he said he knew me from last year's Confession Awards. My advert was everywhere. So he signed up for the conference, attended. So at the airport, he met me. You're Jeff Hanover, right? And all of that. So during the course of our conversation, he told me things like, oh, English people used to buy if you're not packaged. Oh, you have to go and buy Benz. I think there was something that happened, and I told him that, oh, I use some very, very normal cars, like very. He said, you don't get Benz. So to him, for you to get to this level or maybe higher, there's a level of packaging, Benz, pimped office, this kind of chair that used to be doing like this, and so many things. For me, I think those things are vanity metrics. Yeah, compared to the things, no, don't get me wrong. If you can afford them, it is good. If you can afford them, there are 2 types of value. There is intrinsic value, and there is what? Perceived. Is that the spelling? Perceived value. There are 2 types of value, intrinsic and perceived. What is intrinsic value? Your content, what you know, knowledge, right? What's perceived value? What people think you are. So, AKA appearance. That's like the first part of perceived value. Abi? How they look at you, wear good shoe, wear sharp, right? Perceived value. So there are 2 types of value. Don't get me wrong. Perceived value is important, especially in our economy, in this Nigerian economy. That's why people abroad, Mark Zuckerberg can wear t-shirt and jeans and go where they're going to. But here, go and wear t-shirt and jeans now and come to clients with your slippers. Client will look at you and say, "This guy going to my money." So you see that perceived value is good. But my point is, it's not only perceived value, there's intrinsic value. There are two ways to project your value. The first is online, offline. Let's say offline first. Of course, you know this: dress well, talk well. So education, content, like what you say, because if you dress well finish and client asks you two questions, you know if you answer. There's a comma. You will not be confused. Brain will not be telling him, but ask another one. The guy know him. Because your appearance did not suit what you said. And he now ask you another one and another one. I mean, you can't fake content. No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot fake content. That's why if you build yourself, anyways, we'll get there. Offline, right? Personally, I will not really dwell so much on offline because I am not a guru here. I don't want to be. When I get somebody that is, they'll come and teach all of us. Amen? Online. Online. There are two ways to project your value online. Your content. I think we may have another day when I talk about this to my head, but I'll restrict it to a few so that we can that. And maybe when we come back for our content and what? Your profile. AKA. So you see that this applies here. Intrinsic value is what? Content. Perceived value is what? Profile. Your profile. You have niece. Are you a veterinary doctor? See, there's a level you get to. You can have a pet there. Your name is known already. Do you understand? They don't know you. How do you say that? You're big, right? But I'm talking to people that are trying to build their brand, right? The first thing is profile picture. For me, two things to look out for when you send me a friend request, not me. I'm now imagining my potential clients. Things I look out for. First, before I even open your request, because requests are plenty. So I'll just, from the phone, I just be showing you. The first thing you see is what? The profile picture. Before you open it to see the cover photo. But the profile picture is the first thing you look at, Abi. First thing I look at is that profile picture. The way you appear on that profile picture will tell me how much knowledge you have about projection. Make sense? For instance, you know what I'm saying, Abi? So that we can go into examples. Should we go into an example? You are looking at me like, but you understand what I'm saying? Moving on. Now, thank God that Facebook is right there. All things. Once I see that, normally, I will reject them to ignore it. But if I see that one, I reject them straight. That you will waste my time. You're already wasting my time by making me read that thing. Then number 3, I look at the people you are following. This one I realized recently that I do this unconsciously. If I see the kind of people you follow or are following you, they will just show you a few, especially if you have mutual. Just show you a few. If I see Tim, for instance, would you, that I'm likely to follow you too. I'm likely to accept you. I feel like, okay, we have similar circle, kind of. In other words, waste my time on my wall, because usually if I see things that are, the way your wall is and the kind of things you read and follow determine what the kind of things Facebook shows you or Instagram. So what your reactions or actions online is what your wall will be accustomed to. And one of the ways I learn is by seeing what other people are doing. All right. So when I see this and I see that there's no serious anything there, right, I'll just ignore it. So you see, that's already perceived. Does it make sense? Most clients go look you up online. Yeah. They may meet you on Instagram, for instance, and say the client is very like me. I am online. I'm used to Facebook more. Online, I'm used to Facebook more. However, I try to pitch tents. You know what pitch tents means? Have embassies on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like that. So the clients prefer, some clients prefer location Instagram. So go to Instagram and start looking for you. Then I wrote on my bio there that I am more active on Facebook. So if you want to see more, go to Facebook. I mean, I don't know if that thing works, or just me trying out experiment. Point I'm trying to make is, nowadays, of the clients will not see you in person. So it's from what you project online profile, right? By way of your profile first, is what they perceive you as. They are not going to ask questions. They have just built a conclusion in their head about you. Does it make sense? So even people that are inactive, you're actually also telling a story. Yeah. You're telling a story. Because he'll now come there and say that, oh, you don't even have any content. Maybe you're new in the business. That's the assumption. And there's a chance he will not reach you again. So I am a short person nowadays. It's not an excuse. Yes, it's not. Because we project our value online. Because some people that will buy from you are not there. They are not you. Okay? And let's content. Content basically, of course, content is writing online, Abi, or making videos or posting. I usually suggest videos. Videos are one of the fastest ways you can project a perceived value online. Make sense? That's why I use videos more. I use video platforms more. I know how to write. I like to write more, normally. Because first, I'm a shy kid, not noticed. Why is this not okay? It's good, right? Are we good? My internet is done. I'm a shy person, in case you've not noticed, it is true. Amen. And then, okay, so before now, I used to just typing. So, but when I realized that one of the fastest you I trust it appear like this. I was telling my the other day that I teach for 2 hours without. Do you know why? I've done it for close to 2 years now. I've taught you 2 years. Do you understand? So what have I done in the last 2 years? I've built the muscle, right? I have built it. I have built it over time. And that's how it's for everybody. Nobody was born talking like this. And so one of the project you fast is through videos. There are two types of videos you can do. There are the non-verbal videos. There are a lot. That's do that a lot. And there are where you talk, like you put up your phone about something. As a new realtor, let me advise you. I think Daniel does that a lot too. One of the things you should learn to do is to talk to your phone. Just open your phone. There's something called video app. Click on it. It looks like a camera. Click on it and talk into it and upload it online. You will not die. Nothing will do. Nobody will kill you. Highest, the voices in your head will talk. It's just in your head. That is, you will not die. Especially some of you that are fine and just doing their face like this. Make video and upload it. Do it, you get better. The first live video I did, I yawned in the video. Like I was confused and I was stammering. Yawn can't catch me. The video is still online. On Friday we had when was it? On Monday we had a webinar, a vibration webinar. Everybody came to my inbox. Jeff, you're good at this. In my mind, you don't know. Don't know where this guy is coming from. I said 2018 here. We're in Abuja that time. Myself and my wife and my friends dying was there. I would sit down like this from like 9 a.m. to maybe like 2 p.m. in the afternoon and be making videos. Even one, I know go get inside. Like I'll make plenty delete, plenty delete, right? That's how you the muscle. At the point, I now realize that if I don't put it out there, my confidence will not build. So I start putting it out there. Some of them were nonsense. In fact, some people will come to my comments inbox and say, Jay, what are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself. Of course, I'll just block you at that because you know they feed me. You know, buy me phone, you know, buy me internet. You know, if I broke, you know, they give me money. I'll just block you. Right? And after doing it for a period of time, I got better. Okay? So, videos. Sincerely, this is like the fastest underused tool to build a perceived value online. After our webinar on Monday, somebody contracted me. She will pay me ₦1 million for 2 weeks to come and teach her how to do that thing. Yes, I have not even agreed because I don't even know if I have the time. Yeah. I sent the money. Can you go and teach her? It didn't come overnight, of course. I mean, we had a lot of sales that night, right? I mean, from then to yesterday, a lot of sales, right? But it's not that happened. It's a accumulation of practice. I said I have taught realtors for 2 years. The first 1 year was online. I didn't have a space like this now. How many of you knew me then? You knew me then? It was Realtors Roundtable. That's what it was called. For 1 year online. Did I give an excuse? Oh, I don't have space. I will not start. They lie you. Every night, then 8 p.m. You know, 1 minute past 8, I know they miss them. I'll go live and I'll talk. Sometimes only me they talk. And Facebook is wicked. They will just show you zero. Big zero. Zero. Like, can't you just remove that zero? Man, no, they see him. He's there. Almost 30 minutes into the time, zero. Only me. Maybe my team members, the digital will not pity me. Just put them. Maybe she not even look the thing. Just make sure that somebody's watching. So that boss not gonna ask me tomorrow. And maybe maybe my wife, out of pity, she has heard me from the room shouting. Not to let her just encourage her husband. And she will sleep off from there. You don't even know when the life ends. Because now only me one follow come. But I did it for 1 year straight. Every Monday. Yeah. So when somebody calls me to just teach her these things, then you should know that it's not same goes for you. I can teach for 2 hours straight without a note. Why? I have done it over a period of time. So the same thing with making videos. A lot of people find it very difficult. Oh, I don't like my voice. I don't like the way I look and all of that. It doesn't matter. It does not. You can either cash money or cash excuses. You can't cash the both of them. You can't go shy. Everybody knows, ask God, I am shy. I need 2 million. Shy person needs. I've made it. Let's move on. Okay, I hope we're following. Online, are we following? Amazing. All right. It's like I said, I don't want to just be sure about you. Now, that perception they now have about you, haven't seen your content online. In your videos, you're talking about how to buy land in maybe Enugu or in Nigeria, in Lagos. You get some of the videos talking about how not to get. In some other videos, talking about high locations currently in Enugu or in Port Harcourt or in Asa. So those information projects you as a person of authority. From Toby, it is A is what? Authority, exactly. Your content helps you eat. Ah, clap for me. Clap for me. Clap. Oh, right. Content makes you build authority, expertise, show expertise, build authority, and eventually get your prospects to what? Trust you. Right? Um, yeah, so that's that about any questions here. I will move on. Like I said, yeah. Okay, just go on. Okay. Direct response marketing is let me just explain it explain, but let me explain briefly. Components of marketing is what some people call vaguely as the AIDA. You know what A is? Action, interest, action, attention, attention, interest, desire, exactly, action, action. If you project your content or your marketing scripts or your video content, or every other thing that does not have either of these components, you're just doing awareness. You're just putting out content there for the sake of putting out. When your content has components of this, there is a deeper explanation to this. Maybe I'll talk about that in another day when we talk about content. Then you are now doing direct response. Response mean it means that you need the client or prospect to take an action now, not tomorrow. That is why if you attended that webinar, see, that's why I like to learn from people that are doing stuff. So usually if I see an ad in a direct I have interest in, I click it, I feel it, and I go through the entire process and attend the event. Why? There's something that person is doing that I may learn from. I even share sometimes with my team. When I see ads of people that are doing good stuff, I take it and share with them. Let's study this and see how we can also learn from it. So if you attended that webinar, there's a process you went through. How many of you signed up in the Realtors School Flash webinar? Did you get, first of all, when you were signing, something we asked you to do at the end, fill in your name and click this button. You see, that's direct response. Click this. There's no other way out of that page if not clicking that thing. That's so the first thing we did was to call your attention. If you saw the ad or any of my posts, first I called out the people, the market. I'm going too deep in this thing. It's not among what I wanted to teach. Should I go on or should I just go on? I should go on. You will learn a thing, Abby. First of all, in the content, you see that I called out the eggs. We are looking for them to attend the event. Other people will not attend. But there's a particular people we targeted that's the first thing you should know about direct response. Your content is not for everybody. No, it's not. So at every point in time, you choose a specific audience. Teach this a lot. I say it over and over again. That's because I'm a direct response marketer. I'm not a generalist. And that is how you can actually bootstrap little activity, much more money than somebody everywhere. Why? Because you're specific. So the first thing is attention. I call the attention of people that I want to attend that place. And what did I say? I know your problem. I know your pain point. I want to help you make your first 2 million what? Selling that. Interest. Oh, I have done this for a period of time. And so I also just show you the blueprint of which I did on the webinar. At least I hinted what I did. Desire. Whether you don't have skill, whether you have education or not, whether you have plenty do this, and we can do this within a period of time. Action. So if you want to go ahead to get the real meat, take action today. Here's what you should do. Do you understand? That is a general script of a direct response marketing. Now, on the contrary, people say things like, oh, buy real estate, yeah? buy land, don't wait to buy land. That's all. No action, no what to do, nothing. Some people write content, very beautiful content. I'll now be looking for the action at the end. Nothing. Some people make videos. Oh, let Diana, the very good. On with it. Buy now, and that's all. That's not the direct response. What should they do? Is it you they should buy and look for someone, or should they go and look for the owner of the land? What should they do? Can you see? If you don't know, you don't know. Right? So that's direct response. That's a complex. There is more to it, but this is just a brief. Makes sense? A thing or two, right? So we are good with this. We're talking about closing. I said that the first part of closing is what? The pre-sale. The pre-sale is a passive action you take. You don't even know who you're taking it for, but you took it so that you can project a certain value. Make sense? That's the first part. The next is contact. Now that the person has seen you, they will now reach out to you. Contact. There are two things you do as a realtor, and I teach this a lot. Two things. The first is what? You ask questions. Remember, you call yourself a real estate consultant, right? So you should ask. And next, you do what? Listen. My coach says this a lot, and I don't know if he jokes about it or I don't know. He says it a lot. He says the person talking is the person that is being sold to, and the person listening is the seller. But for most realtors, it's this other way around. You talk and talk and talk. There are some people that the says will never go with for inspection again. They will talk and talk. I don't know that it's listening, not in the talking. I talked about this in Inspection Secret on Realtor School. It's a module of its own. Like I mean, that module actually shot it from experience. I didn't really have a lot of notes, so it was based on my experience from doing inspection the last 3 years, closing many sales, that I created that video. Right. So 2 things: ask the right questions. If you've ever contacted me before for a brief, and you must give me the answer. First is, what do you need the property for? That's the first question I ask you. Sometimes I ask it the other way around, depending on what the client's first question is. So sometimes they say, tell me more about this. How many of you have had clients like that? They choose a particular, and that's why, I mean, should I go there? That's why one of the first things you don't do is to market plenty things at the same time. I see like a colossal disaster waiting to happen because you confuse your client. You notice me, I market a few times. When you market too many things at the same time, they saw the first one, but they want to see the next one, the next one, the next one. They now get stuck at the last one. They now forgot the first one. And maybe time, something happened, their attention is now gone. They will forget you. But when you market, project a few things per time, you know, so that when they are calling you based on that 1 or 2 that you have marketed by at that time. Make sense? So now that you're calling you for that 1 or 2, first, clients that contact you and tell you that send me the list of everything you have, they are less likely to buy immediately based on experience. Send me a list of everything you have. First question I ask you is, what do you really need? We need to research find this to you need. What I have cannot be your need. I have houses, I have land, I have helicopter, I have private jet in Abuja, 3 billion. Do you need that too? What is saying is of everything you have? So it's your duty as a realtor, qualified experience, to ask the right questions. See why questions is part of the closing. Sir, what do you want for? He now tells you, oh, I want to build next year. I want to build in 3 years' time. Or I just want to invest. Now you will have stream deep. You now know where to focus on. That's part of closing. You can't close a big thing and a client to make you run around. Hey, there's a client made you run around for 1 full year. My wife can't be vexed. Just vexing. Every time do this, do that, go here, you go tire. Right? But over time we learn, right? Questions. What do you need the property for? It tells you, oh, I want to build now, I want to buy and build. Oh no, I just want something I want to rent. Oh, I want to just move into a finished. I want a virgin, brand new. Client will now tell you his need, right? Next question is what? What's your budget? What's your budget? There's no such thing as an open budget. There's no such thing as an open budget. Clients will tell you they have open budget. Here's how I do it. Do you want to know how I do it? Open budget is the biggest scam in selling. Let me explain to you. Here's what I do. I pick 3 levels of budgets. For instance, you tell me, oh, anything. I mean, money is not the problem. I even hear some realtors say that, and in my mind, you're not educated. Yes. I just get irritated because you're the one that is even supposed to consult the client. You know, money is not the problem. Even in your village self. First thing I do, I get 3 levels of budgets. So I take my highest level budget. Say, right now, my highest level budget is 38 million. Right now. My highest level budget. Mid-level, I'll take like 12 million. Then ground level, I'll take like 1.2 million. Around this. I'll say, well, we have between 1 million to 1.5 rather. 1.5. We have between 1.5 and 1.5 million. Or I usually start from the biggest one. She say money is not the problem. You must bring that money. Yes, now I start from the highest level. So I'll tell you that we have between 42 million and 38 million. I usually use the lower range, the one I have as the lower range. I don't know why I do that. Don't ask me why. I just do it. I use the highest one I have as the lower range. So I say we have between 42 and 38 million. I'll tell you where it is. Oh, this is around here. It's a buy and build. It's a nice place. I wait for your response. All the too expensive. Oh, but you said you. Yes, they will tell you straight up. You went on K. Such an open budget. Learn that to this is the only thing today. Please learn it. Clients will, how do you say that thing? But no panic. Clients will do what? They go whine you, but no panic. Right? They go whine you everywhere, but no panic. Learning. So, right? And take control. You're the one to take control of the ride. It's not the client pushing you. Oh, go here, do this. No. You take control. Why? Because you're the knowledgeable person here. That's why he's consulting. That's why he's paying you an agency. Some people eat money. They don't know why they are being paid. So the next one, I'll now say, oh, we have around 15 million and this. We're okay, 5 million. Oh, the best we have is 3.5 million. You see that his need has been aligned and his budget has been aligned, right? Now, based on these two things now, I can now start telling you things. So I'll listen to you. Okay. I asked a few questions, though this will now depend on you, your level of how the conversation goes. But my usually goes around this raw principle. I want to know if I get this thing now, are you ready, willing, and able to buy now? This is how you close. This is how you close. Here's how I do it. So now that I know your need, Abby, and budget, I need, it could be 2 years' time. So I need to know when, right? So I asked you question. If I get you a very high return on investment property, remember he told me that he wants investment, Abby, property within the ranges of, right? Are you ready to pay today? So sometimes I don't ask you like this. Say something like I do here. I'll bring our something and choose 2 plots and be like, I want to keep these 2 plots for you. The goal is to know if she's able, ability. Able means money. Eh? This is how you qualify a client, right? These 2 plots now, if you're paying today or max, today is like today's Thursday. If you pay between today and Tuesday next week, I can lock down this 1 plot for you. It is one of our best plots. I don't know if it's the best or not, but I just know that the plot is good. But I make you believe that it's one of our best plots. I've imputed closing. There are principles to closing. There's urgency. We'll talk about a few of them, but urgency is one of it. People can procrastinate for Africa. By default, procrastination is our thing. Right? Yeah? Yeah. That's why I said it depends on how you say it. I say like I'm doing you a favor. That's how I say it. There are a few things I also say, which I'll tell you now, but one of the things I do is these plots, they are very good. So one of the things that Lovett does that I like is that she'll bring form. If you go for inspection and come by, like this, like it. Okay, when will you pay? Bring form and you'll feel it. The first step of closing is that even though it's not a guarantee, client go whine you, but no. So then go fill form finish, voicemail. So I take it a step further and say, okay, so this 2 plots, I want to keep this one for you. So the reason I'm asking you when you should pay, I can't keep it for long now. If another client bring cash today, now won't I give the client? That's what I'm trying to project to you. But I'll not say it outrightly. Again, put context around this information. Okay? Ready, willing, and able. So now that you have a need, you have a budget, because you took your time or you answered me, you answered the question. It means you're ready and willing. Able means when. When I pay, do you have the money now? If you don't have the money now, I know where to give as a follow-up. That's the next thing I classify on that follow-up. But first, you close before follow-up. Because some clients are really ready to pay today, but because you know, okay, ready, willing, and able. Are we following? Are we following everybody? Beautiful. So at this point, you will now hear the client's response. Then the next part of these conversations now coming. The next part of these conversations now coming. Based on your response, I can now throw in things like promo / this. Jeff, but I'm not the developer. How can I promo and discount? Well, for you to become a top realtor, you must learn to build promo discount yourself. I started giving out TV and fridge my first year of real estate. I come down from that money. I'll use some and tell you that, sir, I mean, I did not say the developer, so I'm not lying. I say we are. Yeah? Giving out. There is a 40 TV. I've gone to calculate. I've checked my commission. I see that Six plots, brand Omega, for instance, 3.5 is 21 million. Okay, I've seen that my commission here is what? 2. Abi, minimum. Abi, my commission is 2.1. How much is 22-inch TV? Highest 500K. 500 is even too much. Like 300K. If you minus 300K here, what do you have? 1.8. This I'll be 1. If you minus 300K, there's like 1.8. Let's even say you minus 500. In business and in finance, I've learned that cash at hand is better than cash tomorrow. May not come. The guy may now go and die. His cat can swallow spoon, and they have to go and treat the spoon. That is your land money, not your land. So I infuse this too. Sir, if you're buying Thursday this week, we have a promo. I did not lie you, that will end by Thursday. And so there's a 40-inch TV that is accompanying this sale, but it will end by Thursday. Listen, no matter how cheap it is, client, it matter how rich client is. Gift makes room, and I'll throw it in. And the client goes, the guy don't calculate. Okay, that my driver. I give him this TV, go help him, and he pays. Or send it to village. This sent it to village where? Do you get? So these are few things I threw in for what? Urgency. To get brain. I appreciate you. Says one kill me. So here's the thing. The thing is, random. It's not. You need to add without sounding desperate. You don't ask clients that, Safana, you've not paid you. Me, I will never ask you that question. In fact, one of my biggest weaknesses used to be follow-up. I didn't know how to follow up on clients because I was so focused on generating leads that I made a lot of sales that the first day in business, I was the best realtor for one of the biggest companies in India. I was so focused on leads, like nothing they some clients will be like, other people are chatting me up, you're not. Sorry, sir. You know, I now had to start setting reminder to chat clients. I'm telling you, right? But if you see closing, again, except you don't have the money, by the time I'm done with you with all this literally. Why? Because I just understand the human principle. Human beings, first, they like gifts, no matter how small. Two, our thing. He wants to pay, but he forgot. Or he did not remind me. Or something. It be that you have done your part. That's the watering. Planting is making the advert. Watering is pushing the client, making sure that things are good so that you can close. Do you have questions here? Do you have questions here? Yeah. Yeah, I don't ask it like that. Here's what I do. That's now follow up. So let me just hint on it a bit because we're not going to go into follow up a lot today. Let me hint on it. So one of the things I do is, for instance, now one of our properties is moving up price by 1st of July. Elite Court is going from 5 million. So my way of following up, I'll now send the client the flyer, for instance, and I'll write under. I thought you should know. Remember we had this conversation and you visited Elite Court, and the price is moving up. And I mean, it's best you make an instant ROI of 1 million. So here's me just reminding you about it. I'm not telling you when will you pay. I'll position. I thought I should help you save. I'm not saying like this, but that's the idea. Save 1 million. You can save 1 million. If you save it, you don't, it's fine. The price will go up anyway. But I won't say it like that. So I'll just like, oh, I thought you just, you know, remind you or pre-inform you about this, you know. If it's okay, I can mark 2 plots that are fine. You can from, or you can take the boat, right? I mean, his body language or reaction will now tell me if I should introduce part payment. I don't like introducing part payment. Part payment is not my first stronghold. I introduce it as a way to close. I use it for, I reserve it for closing. Do you get? In fact, recently we started projecting part payment as a company because of new realtors. Left for me, I will not project it. I reserve it for closing. And the truth that many realtors don't know, you can actually go negotiate with MDs of companies. Hope you know. Hope you know that. You can go and meet an MD now and tell him that, sir, I have this client I want to close. Can you help me do this, so I can close this client? It's a win-win. Client is happy, you are happy, MD is happy, everybody is happy. Which otherwise that sale wouldn't have come. And for me, the first sale is not usually my happiness. My happiness is the repeat sale. My client has trusted you enough to give you money. The chance of that client giving you more money is there. So does it make sense? So I don't follow up as per, sir, today. So the last part of this conversation I want to have is open-ended and closed-ended conversations, right? That's where this part will come in now. Yes, sir. It depends on you. You come up with strategic smart realtor. It's not only investors that are smart. Hello, smart investor. Who said that thing first in this life? Hello, investors. This is so realtors too are smart. So your over time, like building a muscle. As you build a muscle over time, you become skillful and you get clients' objections. So please remind me, one of the last things we'll talk about today is a few objections. You can come up with your objections and I can help you see how we can answer them. Does it make sense? So open-ended and closed-ended conversations. Now, in part of closing is understanding how to conversation going. Okay? Open and closed-ended conversations. Am I talking a lot? Please, as you're writing your notes, hope you're putting action plan so that you can implement. If you don't implement, it's a waste. Okay? Open. Now, you must learn how to keep your conversation open until the deal is sealed. Disadvantage, I'm going to explain to you how to do that. But the disadvantage of not keeping conversations open is that you begin to sound like a nuisance. When you don't keep conversations open, clients stop answering your calls. They stop reading your text. Some of them will go and block you. You begin like a nuisance. You begin to feel like a disturbance. How do you avoid this? That's what we're going to talk about in closed-ended and open-ended conversations. So as a real, after that first contact, remember we started from pre-sale, then contact, and then closing, right? So let's talk about open-ended conversations. When somebody contacts you first, until that sale is closed, you should keep the conversation open. Here's what I mean. Client contact me. Let's use this example again. Hello, Jeff. My name is. Should we do role play? Should we do role play? All right. So, Phil, come. A female. Can we have a female? Uju is a newscaster. So come and finish me here now. So I'm the realtor. You're the client. No, let's use Dan. Let's use Dan. Please appreciate Phil. Dan. Let's use Dan. Dan is more experienced in this.
Okay.
Dan, you come and teach us one of these days. Can we have a second mic? Is it necessary? Yeah. So for the sake of those online, Dan is the client. right? You 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 chatted me up. Okay, you can just hold it. You chatted me up, and you can come closer a bit. And then you saw on my ad and chatted me up. So let's start from based on the need, which is investment, and then the price range. Okay. So let's start from there and do the conversation. So let's go.
Okay. Um, Hello, Jeff.
Yeah. Hello there. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
I saw your advert.
Yes.
You are marketing this property around Centenary, right?
Yes, sir.
Can I get something within that very range,
Okay.
somewhere like at the upper part of Centenary and not
Okay.
within
Not
that
inside. Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. We can always arrange that for you. Remember just to be sure, the one you saw is the 38 million, right? Or which one did you see?
38 or 15, something like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what is your budget like? What are you looking for? What price range are you looking for?
I don't have
Price
it's
range.
an open budget.
Open budget.
Yes.
Okay. So usually properties within, remember I'm trying to get a budget now, right? Yeah. Usually properties within that area you're looking go from between 40 million
No,
to 40
no, wait.
yes.
40,
million, between 40 million
like
and
Centenary, that's what I'm
yes,
saying.
yes,
Centenary, the
Centenary.
outer part of
Yeah,
it.
that outer part. For instance, in the doctor's quarters, you get for 40 million, 45 million.
Wow.
Yes, with opposite doctor quarters, those areas you get for this. These are the ranges.
But is that how Enugu is so expensive now?
Yes, actually, after Lagos and Abuja currently, Enugu is more expensive than Port Harcourt and every other place.
Are you trying to say we can't get something like 20 or 15,
Okay,
around that?
so budget has come out, and this is typically how clients talk. Budget don't come out. Just check.
Okay.
So yes, so for between 15 and 20 million, these are the areas you can get. Behind Centenary, and maybe around Kenyatta, if you're looking for something within that Port Harcourt road. Those are the places that you can get within that budget. So is it okay if I look for something around there for you?
Behind?
Yeah, behind Centenary.
No, I don't need it. Part of I don't need it behind. I need something to build on by maybe 6 months time or 1 year.
6 months time or 1 year. So the what I would do now is here's what I would do. I'll try and look for stuff in that place, and I will make a few videos and send to you. Is it okay if I send them tomorrow? Or how soon do you think you would want to see these things? I mean, depending on when you want to make your
like as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Okay. So by tomorrow, I will make those videos and send to you before close of work.
Tomorrow. Okay, let's just see how it goes.
Okay. So what time on Saturday do you think I should call you? So if I send it tomorrow, close of work, I can call you on Saturday. What time on Saturday do you think I should call you?
Saturday won't be convenient for me.
Hold on. I'm asking for a specific time. Remember, specific time. So just listen.
Saturday.
So Thursday. So by tomorrow close of work, I'll get the video. So I was hoping on. Or should I call you tomorrow after work?
I will be off. By next week will be my off throughout. So call me anytime from that next week. I think we'll get time to.
Okay. So if I call you on Monday next week by 10, would that be convenient for you?
Okay, you know what? Call me.
Hold on. Next week is not a time. Next week is not a time. Even Monday is not a time, but I added 10 a.m. so I can get a time from him. Okay, go on.
So Monday. See what will happen. Just call me 12.
12 on Monday. All right. So 12 noon. Exactly 12 noon, I'll call you, sir.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. I'm not going to shake him online. Now, there is an action plan, he's expecting something from me. Number one, there is an appointment. A precise, I won't let him go till he gives me a precise appointment. That is an open-ended conversation. The conversation has not closed. Once clients say, call me next week, I say, that conversation has closed. You don't have an appointment. You see that if I had called him by 10, I would have been constituting what I'll be interrupting at that 10. You see, what will he do? He will reject my call. You see that? So that's the difference between closed-ended and open-ended conversation. Open-ended conversation is what actually leads to a sale. You have to keep that conversation open like that, so that there's always a need to follow up. Remember, follow up has to be intentional and it has to be mutual. So the follow up here now is what? I'll get the video or the session. The reason I said video, here's why I said that thing. I want to show you what the environment looks like. Some clients really don't know what they want. I want to show you what the environment looks like. If he sees the environment, his budget may come up because he was insisting on that place at that amount. Many clients are like that. When that sees it and know that he's not ready, which is okay. He will know he's not yet ready, so he starts saving money for it. Do you understand? Or when he now sees it and sees that it's worth, he now increase his budget. I've seen a client that went from 25 million to buying a property of 80 million. He said, no, it's not my direct client, it's my friend's client. He said, Oga pay 20. He said, no problem. We went to the area. It's good to make videos. Learn. One of the things you must see, two things you must invest in is a good phone. See, it is an investment. It's not a, what's the word now? It's not a luxury. It's a very good investment. In fact, if a higher phone come out, I can afford, I will go and buy. The reason is that they're now infusing AI and things that can help your cameras be steady. You know, with my iPhone, I can actually do a 360 video of this place. You guys know that, right? So you see that it's not vanity, but it's a good vanity. My mentor will tell you that you must have a touch of vanity in your life to excel. Right? So first, not a shaky video. Many people's video online and it's like this. And I'm wondering how this client watches this thing. Like, it will be boring. I've had a client that called me one time, even when I was using an Android phone, and told me that he had sat down and watched 8 of my videos in one day. He used a TV. So imagine if I used what's lower than 760 and what's that thing? What's it called? Pixels. What's lower than it? Okay, 60. That TV. You won't show. Some people are running from MB. They now compress their video, compress it. By the time they pass it through like 8 WhatsApp, you have done. You see that actually all. The Bible calls them little foxes that spoil the vine. In this case, so one of the first things investing is not once you make big money, just go and buy a good phone. First, number, practice making videos such that over time your hand will shake again. In the beginning, it will shake, guaranteed. And I used to do drive-through videos that beginning time. The video will be looking like this. I even then went to buy what they call that thing, gimbal. I bought an Android, a phone gimbal then, and it was still shaking. I now dumped it as if somebody Ima took the gimbal, and then I now learned over time to hold my phone steady. So if you watch some of my videos, you feel like I'm using a gimbal. I can hold my hand up like this for 30 minutes. Why? I have done it over time. Do you get? And I actually learned to hold my phone. See, I'm holding it so that I can press the record and stop. You see? This is learning. Do you see? And so when I now go and make that video for him, right? And thankfully with iPhone, it makes the thing look, super sharp. He'll now imagine himself inside that place, And before you know, he now increases his budget because this is what he wants. All right. So that video I'm supposed to make for him is a form of follow-up. Remember, there's an appointment and there's a value I am bringing to the follow-up. I am not coming to say, sir, how far now? That's not follow-up. You're actually constituting a nuisance if nobody has told you before. And that's why clients block people. Many agents, if you just ask them how far, then go call you tired. You wake up with 20 missed calls, one agent. And that's another thing we call. If you call people 2 times, you don't pick, drop a text. Ask them, when can I call again? Simple. Just drop a text. It could be that they're not with their phone. 2 times, drop a text. Sir, our appointment was 10. I've called twice. I guess you're busy. Me, I'll give you an excuse for you. I guess you're busy. Kindly let me know when I can call again. Simple. All right? You want to ask a question?
Video. We don't have the video. So, and the person says, okay, I'd like to see a video of the place. Is it actually right to say, okay, can you mobilize me?
No, I don't think it's right. Now, you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't think it's right.
So you just have to go and get
Yes,
the video.
like all those inspection fees, all those things. I don't think it's right. Personally, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Some other people will say, which are doing well too, they'll say, oh no, you must pay me. That's when I know you're serious. But personally, it's part of marketing for me. Do you get? It's part of marketing for me. So one of the things you must budget for, we'll talk about personal finance for realtors very soon. People should be reminding me of these things, so it needs to come to my head. So we'll talk about that very soon. One of the things you must budget for is this type of things. You must budget for transport. You must budget for calls. You must budget for internet. Internet is not even negotiable. Also, that's off their MB. So these things are called marketing budget. As a realtor, you're a business owner. You get? You're a business. So when you get your commission, you don't blow your full commission. There's percentage to break it down. There's percentage for growth, trainings, information, books, courses. And one of the trainings you must also go for is not just sales and marketing training, it's other industry training. The major reason for going for other industry training is to what? Before. To network. You have to network. That's one of the trainings I like to go for, are paid training. Why? Because I'll meet people like me that make payment. Yes. For you to get mind to make that payment, you get sense like me. Do you understand? So you budget for those. Is a budget. It's a business. So you must have what? Marketing budget. That's how you grow in this business. Do you get? Yes. So it must be there. So as you're making your commissions, you're keeping aside a chunk for growth. Right? Growth. That is at a point you start running ads. Just run ads to your name. You want to be a big man, Abi? Promote your name. Jeff and Jose, put ads to it. Let it run for 1 month. Let people just be seeing your name. That kind of thing. It could be that you're just on a site. For instance, you're on a site, you're showing clients something. You don't have to talk. You can talk. It can be a short video. You're just showing clients something. Do you get? And the text there is, I am Jeff Anozie. I'm a real estate consultant. I have properties in XYZ, XYZ. If you have questions or concerns around buying a property in Enugu, contact me. Run ads. There's no land you're selling there. There's no specific thing you're selling. You're actually promoting your brand. The video shows that you're on the field, you're not just a talkative, and they're seeing your name, they're seeing that you're doing something. Promote it. There should be a budget for that after a period of time. There should be a budget for clothes, right? At a point, you can't wear shoes, you can't wear slippers to inspections with clients. You dress well. It's part of the projection. Clients will feel like, if a client doesn't even buy, you feel like you wasted your time. There's some client that will take me for inspection. Yes, now. The client will take me, that I'll go for inspection with, and then he'll give me dollars. He'll give me $50. And he tell me that, Jeff, I don't like this place, but for your fuel. I'll be like, no, it's okay, sir. I like the dollar, but I just do like, Oga, I pass this one, But he'll give me and I'll collect it. Why? Because the professionalism showed that it took me an effort to come there. Do you get? But when you don't look it, and of course, on top of add injury to this thing, you're not asking for money. The client now looks like, okay, this person doesn't really need the property. Maybe it doesn't make sales. The perception is maybe you don't make sales. Yeah, let me just help you. We'll give you 5K and expect you to take. Biblical principle. He taking and give the person that has. Don't necessarily mean you have all the money in the world, but you don't look hungry and desperate. That's how you project. Chicken. And that does not mean show off. You're not lying, you're not faking your life. You're just being okay. Okrika shirts. Okrika, 5 white shirts, Okrika. Make sure you take it to laundry. Make sure it's sharp. Wear your shoe, wear your this thing. If you have a tie, wear and go for inspection. Clients will be like, is it only inspection? I came for like this. Do you get? But you have shown client that, see, I take my business very seriously. So don't play with me, Oga. I mean, you're not saying that, but that's the projection. That's the posture. That's the word, posture. Posture sells. See, confidence sells way more than begging. I don't have to say this enough. Please. Yes. Please. Sometimes I just post pictures of myself online dressed well. It's intentional. We post behind the scenes. It's intentional. We're showing the work we put in to get you what you need. Those things are intentional. They are not, it's not show off. Even if you feel it's show off, then it's your business. Do you get? What am I doing? I am showing you that I go above and beyond to meet your need. Yeah, without asking for anything. So the projection is whether you buy or not, Jeff is in business. And the principle again applies. He that has more is giving. So people want to do business with people that are already in business. They want to do business with newbies. The client called me recently and told me that he has spoken to like 4 different people, and he realized that amongst all their videos, it was my video. So he said something like he has seen my video inside the video of 4 different people. So he reached out to me. Now, what does that tell you? I was the one teaching in that video. I don't know the exact land. He did not tell me the exact property, but he needed to ask me a few questions about the company. So he said that he now feels that I'm the one that will have the information that he needs. Why? He has not seen my TV. He doesn't know if I've sold 1 plot in my life. But because I look like I'm the person that is talking, and that's why I advise people to make videos. Make educational videos. It shows that you are in the business. You understand what you're doing. It projects it. It projects expertise. Do you get? When you stay behind the camera and post only content and posts, they don't see you. They don't know you. It's the person that they see and know, especially one that is exuding confidence and finance and steez. Do you get? Makes sense? So yes, personal opinion, I don't think it's necessary to ask for those things. I also believe that if you make it a rule not to ask for them, the provision will come. Why? Because you're, like I said in the beginning, your brain goes to work to make sure that you meet those needs, right? I mean, when we started this place, I didn't even believe that we'll run this place with just inspection, with just commissions. First 1 year, we paid salaries, we ran this place, we do inspections every day to any of our properties, and it's free, right? We ran this place, do inspections, pay rent, pay salaries, everything. The first 1 year was commissions. Do you see? So you see that the more you try to, position yourself as that person that, is sufficient to do this thing, especially with planning. That's why I said, as a realtor, you must learn personal finance. You must understand how to position your money. When you get commission, don't blow everything. 1 million naira, you don't have all the 1 million. If you believe in tithe, you pay your tithe. If you believe in Amadioha, go and give him Amadioha. If you keep some for growth, keep some for improvement. In fact, I believe that your first commission is actually a seed. Plant it back in your business or in whatever you want to plant it in. Buy a phone, that's a seed. You're upgrading your business. Buy internet for 1 year. It's just 120K for MTN. Buy for 1 year. Load it on your phone so that you know that the next 1 year, nothing concerns you with MB. Is 1 terabyte. I'm not sure you can even finish it in 1 year. My internet does not go off. It's cheaper to even buy it like that than buying it every month. Yeah? Whether you dance a wheel every day, it will not finish. Have you tried it before? Ubamara, one has finished. 1 year. It's unlimited, actually, in actual sense. What are you even watching online? She get. They do, but 1 year is cheaper. 120K. If you break it down into months, that's like 10K per month. If you break it, another thing you should invest on is a MiFi. Remove your internet over time. Remove your internet from your call line. Because many people that you're praying for to call you will call you on WhatsApp. And you're talking to clients, you're about to close deal. One person from your umunna will now call your line and cut that conversation. That is so annoying. And when they call you, now say, just say, come, oh God. Like, are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? Then you try to call back the person. Pom. So one of the things you should do, which I encourage my people to do, exclude your internet from your main call line. In fact, remove it from the phone. So buy a MiFi. That thing is like 7.5, have you? Used to be 7.5. MTN. Wi-Fi. A MiFi. 7,000. Good. See, I'm advertising these guys for free. Then load it with 1 year data. OTLO. Business has started. So these are things you should invest in. So we'll call it a day today. I've talked too much. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. Did I end the value of your time? And so remove your data from your main call line. Buy a data line. The MiFi. Nobody, the thing cannot receive call now. The thing cannot receive call. Sorry. What did you mean? It doesn't affect your internet. It will not interrupt your internet. So I can be on a call with a client online, either by video call or WhatsApp call. If you call me for nothing tomorrow, call. Yes, it will not interrupt it in any way. I'll just silence your call till I'm done collecting my money. Then we can now talk. Is it not small? Is it big? Please show him what a MiFi is, I beg. I just attached it to a power bank all the time because the battery does not really last. And that's what we're actually using right now to stream. Streamings are good, right? Till we buy styling, Yeah. It's-
There's no phone. Once your WhatsApp phone, you can silence phone.
I didn't know that. So we just learned one. There's some phones that once you're on WhatsApp call, you can silence calls. You wanted to ask a question.
Let me about
What happened? No. Put that in up. Put it up. Yeah.
it's on the client papers on the report, but then he said the papers need to pay.
Mhm.
How do you convince?
No, you don't convince a client. Convince is the wrong word to use. Convince. I don't use convince. I don't convince you. See, it is straightforward. Go and check it. Go to the land and check it. Simple. Get a lawyer. I would even advise you hire a lawyer. You want to buy property worth millions, you should have a lawyer. Send the lawyer to me. Let me finish your lawyer. Oh yeah, as a realtor, you should know more than about a property, more than a lawyer. Yeah, send it to me or send him to land. You should go to land. It's simple. There's no conviction there. Either you want it or you don't. I don't convince clients. I just present the facts to you and push you to buy. If you say you're not buying, move on. No, you don't convince clients. People that say convince client, I want to convince clients, I want to convince. No, you don't convince clients. No, you don't. Present the facts. See, first, know your onions. Know it. Learn product knowledge. Learn documentation. Know about the property properly. So when client calls you, you sound confident. But it ends there. Like I said earlier, you can't force the client to pay. Some clients don't have money. They're just performing. That's why they will tell you those kind of things. You don't have money. She know this. Know this and know peace. Have a good day, guys.